I'm Stefano Imbert. I'm an illustrator and an educator, and I started to work for the Mint in 2008. It was a moment where, to promote yourself, an illustrator used to send mailings of postcards, mailing with your, couple of images on it. And one of my postcards ended up on Jonathan Banks' desk at the right moment when he was looking for an image to put on his next show, which was the only play that Hemingway wrote, Fifth Column. And originally he thought of using a poster, an illustration of the time. So that was his first thought. And then my little card sparked some ideas, and he said, why don't we make an illustration out of this poster instead of using an old poster? Then he called me, and that's how our relationship started. I'm very lucky to be working for such a long time for the Mint, because I love theater. So for me, it was my all-time dream to be able to work in theater with my illustrations. Jonathan came about and the Mint came about, and I'm so proud to work for the Mint because it's an incredible theater. I always drew all my life since I was a kid, and I was very much encouraged by my parents to do so. My dad was an architect, and he worked with theaters, and he did costume set designs at the time, so I was immersed in this kind of artistic environment, luckily enough, in Italy, because I'm from Italy. And so I was always exposed to art, and I am very much into art now, of course. And I think art is actually a force that drives a lot of my choices in my work, in my illustration. I try to check art many times when I start a project. What was the art of the moment of a specific play, in this case for a theater poster? What was the atmosphere of the art world? My connection with Jim McMullen was pivotal, because I became his assistant. He is the principal artist for Lincoln Center Theater. So being his assistant in his studio was one of the most inspiring things that could have happened to me. I learned everything from him. I learned how to deal with clients. I learned how to concentrate on things, how to look at things, how to select a concept, how to kind of bring it out of the script, because I saw him doing it live together while I was helping him. And then he became my mentor, of course, my teacher. I learned how to draw from him really well, and my friend. It's one of those magic things that can only happen in New York. This is New York thing that you ran into by chance, the person or the situation that allow you to bloom. I read every script, and I take notes. while I'm reading, because I have to translate something written into an image, something that actually is going to be acted at the end, because that's the final result. Directions that the author gives to whoever directs it. So what the character looks like, how old, what is the setting. Those for me are very precious. Beside the concept of the play, it's also that helped me really bring in and get into the atmosphere. I love art in general, of course, but I love the stylization of, I don't know, the deco moments of the 30s, the 40s. I like that moment in art and in illustration, because it's capable of, with just few lines, try to convey a concept. But what attracts me most in an illustration and working with illustration is to tell a story. I love to tell stories through an image or sequential images, even not thinking about it. And the first night of an opening, of course the first opening, I was sitting there in the audience, in the theater, and I kind of turned around and looked forward, and I've seen all the people sitting, holding a playbill with my illustration. And there was this sea of playbills. And of course, that's what I could only see. And was the most thrilling moment. It was to be able to see my work kind of shared in a room at the same moment, and making alive my work. That was incredibly thrilling. And of course, seeing my poster outside, and for the first poster that I did for the Mint, the 5th column, then it was used. Hemingway Estate republished the play, and they used my illustration on the cover of the book too. Another show, of course now it escapes me the title. We decided to have the character sitting at his desk, but with his feet up. And then the opening of the second act was exactly that pose, the character with his feet on his desk. So I was kind of, wow, wow, they did use that. And it happened many times also, just to connect to, because it's all one thing. It's the poster, the image for the play, which gets into the play and brings you back out. So it's a circle of art.